Well, let's move on and look at some more. Now we're going to look at expressions with parentheses. Now, if you remember back when we were learning about the associative property, we learned about parentheses. And parentheses tell which operation to do first. The meaning of the words in a problem will tell you where to place the parentheses in an expression. So you have to read carefully. Let's look at this example. We're going to read this situation right here. And we're going to try to figure out which of these expressions matches the meaning of the words. Doug went fishing for 3 days. Each day he caught 5 fish. At the end of each day he released 2 fish. How many fish did Doug have at the end of the trip? Well, here's what we want to think. On each of the 3 days he caught 5 fish and released 2 fish. So let's take a look at this. I'm going to model this problem with tiles. Here's day 1. Each day he caught 5 fish. So on day 1 he caught 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fish. And he released 2 of them, which means he threw them back. So that's day 1. On the next day, he caught 5 fish, 2, 3, 4, 5, and released 2 of them, which means we put them back. On the 3rd day, he caught 5 fish, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and released 2 of them, which means he put them back. And he went fishing for 3 days. So how many fish does Doug have at the end of the trip? Well, I know based on my picture that since he caught 5 every day and released 2, he ended up keeping 3 fish every day. Let's take a look at these expressions and see which one of those matches this situation that we just figured out. Now, with this situation, we're doing 3 times 5 first. Remember that 3 is the number of days, and 5 is the number of fish that he caught on each day. Well, with this situation, or this expression, it's saying that first we need to find the total number of fish caught all together, and then just subtract 2, which is the number released on 1 day. Does that make sense? I'm not so sure about that, because this is going to show 15 fish, and he's only throwing 2 back. But remember, he threw 2 back every single day. So that's not going to give us the correct number of fish. So this one doesn't match our situation. Let's check this one. We do what's in parentheses first. And it's telling us here to first find the number of fish kept each day, because we are going to do 5 minus 2, which tells us that he caught 3 fish, or kept 3 fish each day. And then find the total number of fish Doug had after 3 days. Yeah, this one looks a lot more like our picture, because he caught 3 each day, and he kept 3 each day, and he did that for 3 days. So this one is the correct way to represent this situation. Remember, with math, just like with any other language, just like in English, whenever if we put a period in the wrong place or we put a word in the wrong place, it's not going to make sense. It's not going to be correct. The same thing with math language. We have to make sure that it represents exactly what we want it to represent. Now let's look at the last example. We're going to do the opposite of what we just did. Instead of finding the expression that matches the words, we're going to find the words that match this expression. So we're going to look here at $20 minus the quantity of 12 plus 3. So let's look here and see what's going on. Kim has $20 to spend for her fishing trip. She spends $12 on a fishing pole. Then she finds $3. How much money does Kim have now? Well, let's list the events in order. First, Kim has $20. Then she spends $12. Okay? Can you imagine that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm making a picture in my mind of $20. And then she spends $12. So I'm going to take 12 of those away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then she finds $3. So what does that mean? If you said it means I'm going to add $3 more, you're correct. So we have the values here, 20 minus 12 plus 3, but we need to put the parentheses where they belong. Well, let's look. According to this situation here, Kim had 20, she took away 12, or she spent 12, and then we had 3 more, so that leaves us with 8, 9, 10, $11. So the first thing that happened is she had $20 and she spent 12, and then she added 3 more to that. So do these words match this expression? Nope, our parentheses are not in the correct place, so nope, those words do not match the expression. Let's take a look at this one. Kim has $20 to spend for her fishing trip. She spends $12 on a fishing pole and $3 on bait. How much does Kim have now? Let's list the events in order. First, Kim has $20. Next, she spends $12. Then, she spends $3. Now, where would our parentheses go? Well, let's look at how much she's spending. She's spending $12 plus $3. So these two are grouped together with parentheses because that's the total amount that she's spending. And she started with $20. So do these words match the expression? It looks like they match. Yes, they do. Now it's your turn to practice, but you can always come back and watch this video if you need a little review.